Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter project every weekday at 1:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But oh my gosh, we're actually on Gamefound today because I'm going to be talking about the new Chronicles of Drunagor, Age of Darkness Apocalypse, because apparently people like Gamefound critiques. And I must say, I love Gamefound. I think it offers a lot of amazing, spectacular features. I just don't think I've seen a true slam dunk Gamefound presentation yet. Maybe today is it. It's already raised $567,000. Funded in 2 minutes. No one cares. I don't know why people keep putting that there. No one cares. And I'm sure there was... Wow, look at the size of that mini. So the first thing I do want to compliment them on is look at... I get a good feel for how gigantic this box is. And I unfortunately get a good feel for how stupidly large this mini is. But anywho... and plus, it already says it here. Goal reached in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. So we don't need it there. Can we get rid of that? Can we get rid of that stupid old trope? Chronicles of Drunagor, Age of Darkness Apocalypse is a massive expansion, okay, that brings another chapter in Daren's fight against darkness through 16 adventures that present new mechanics and level structures, unravel Drunagor's culture and mythology. So I guess this is an expansion to Chronicles of Drunagor, but once again... I hate this, and I see this on Kickstarter, I see it on Gamefound, it drives me nuts. What's the player count? What's the time link? What's the age? What's the price? Well, like, there's so much more useful information that you could convey to me here that you're not. Let's see. Yeah, and look at you, Lucky Duck Games, you're doing the same thing here too. Put useful information down here. Now, I understand that this is useful information if you're buying the expansion, but let's be quite frank, most of the people here who already have the game are probably going to get the expansion, I would imagine. You're trying to appeal to newer people, and I just did a project yesterday, I don't even remember what it was, where they did the exact same thing. It felt like they were completely focusing on only new backers and not... only old backers and not on bringing in new people. And oh my gosh, that mini's stupid. Chronicles, so is this a video? There's no video. Is there no video? Wow, are you kidding me? This is the second straight day of companies not putting up videos. How lazy are you? Ugh! Once again, this reeks of you only trying to market to people who already have the base game. Why don't you try and snag some new people here? Okay. So, 2 days in a row. Dear God, tomorrow, I want to see a video. Okay, so what is it? Like, low, minis. Cool, look, minis. Hey, you need minis? You need oh, coins. Goody. 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 Is that actually the size of the coin? That's not the size of the coin. That's the size of the coin. Okay. You're mixing up things here, because this is, I assume, that can't be the size of the box. That's not the size of the box. Why are they messing with the scale here? You're messing with my brain. I want to know the size of this mini. Now, apparently, the mini is larger than the box, but that doesn't work. God, what the hell? Okay. 1 to 5 players. 40 minutes? This is a 40-minute game? Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Age is 14 plus. Now they have it here, but that's not Creative Game Studio. That's just Gamefound putting it there. So good on you. Once again, this is why I like Gamefound. Gamefound understands that that's some of the most useful information that you need to convey to your shoppers, and so they automatically do it for you if you're too incompetent to do it yourself. Which, unfortunately, some companies just boggles my mind. You know, there's 4 things that are pretty much on every single box all around you. The name of the game, the time link, the player count, and the age of it. I mean, it makes... So, reprint and new content of one of the most exciting and compelling dungeon crawlers of 2021. 9.2 on Board Game Geek. Holy guacamole. That's incredibly impressive. And this is the kind of thing that's going to draw in new people. So, I like the fact that that's spotlighted first, but once again, why couldn't it be somewhere up here? I guess I do like the fact they're putting it here. And then we're getting straight down to shopping. Because as always, do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Those are the 3 big things. Hopefully you can answer those in the video. But since there is no video, do I want it? I don't know. I'm leaning towards yes. If you told me it's a 9.2 on Board Game Geek, that's really impressive. Can you do it? Yes, it's an expansion. So I already know that you've done a first one. And how much is it? You're getting right down to the price. So I will say this is doing the 3 things that I want. They're getting it out of the way early, even though it was a bad taste in my mouth, the first beginning images, because it reeks of just like, oh, look at the minis, look at the minis, look at the minis, we're all about minis. And we get it. There's enough games that are all about minis. We don't need you to spotlight your minis. First campaign, all in. So this is if you want the original game. Cool. So $339, MSRP of $524. It was $386.99. What is this? This pledge includes... So this was an original pledge, and so now it's even cheaper? Is that what they're telling me? And already I see I'm getting tons of stuff here. I don't like the angle they're doing it at, because right now they're showing me the front of the boxes. I would much rather see this as a sideways angle, where you could still spotlight the box art, because clearly you want to try and spotlight the box art, but you could better give me a sense of how large these boxes are, and how, oh wow, you are really getting a lot of stuff with this. So that's one thing I'd recommend. We've been listening to the community, and many of you have missed our first campaign. We'll now have the opportunity to snatch the Chronicles of Drunagor Age of Darkness full reprint. Great. As a startup game company, CGS is delighted to offer you the entire game company for our first campaign. Take note, Eagle Griffin Games. I'm calling you out. Yesterday, so they actually raised the price. They were like, I understand from a Kickstarter backer perspective, but come on. Okay, leave that. On Mars is the bad taste out of my mouth. As a startup company, CGS is delighted to offer you the entire content from first campaign. If you missed out on expansion, now it's your chance. If you missed the whole campaign, don't make the same mistake again. Fear of missing out! This gigantic coin that's going to cover... That's actually a really cool looking coin. Okay, awesome. Why back now? Get it cheaper. Get it faster. Get it bigger. Receive exclusive content from our Unlock stretch goals along with the campaign, almost 2 times bigger than the retail edition. Why do we need this? Why do I need them so large? Why? Like, this is a 40-minute game. If I get out this many minis, it's going to take me longer to correctly put back all the minis than it will to play the freaking game. Like this is... Because it's a 40-minute game. Okay. So let's see these gigantic minis. Let's do some mini stuff. There's so much here. There's so much leveling up and powers and abilities. This is one of the best upgrade character systems I've seen in any single dungeon crawler system. Great quote. So we're getting into the weeds, the best upgrading character system, and let's be honest, that's one of my favorite parts. I think that's what draws a lot of people to this type of game, just being able to have your own character that feels different and unique based on the cards that you put onto it. So I like the fact they're spotlighting it there. I really like this game, really fantastic, so entertaining, and so much fun. Okay. I think this is something special. I think this is something wonderful. I think they did a phenomenal job. I hate these quotes, and I'm not putting it on the Dungeon Dive or Rob, but I'm putting it like, 9.2 on BGG with around 350 ratings doesn't mean much. Ooh, okay, so this is a newer game. It's majorly people trying to justify the first print investment. Backers need to consider that before taking it at face value. And that is a very solid point, and I've called out some, like, sometimes it feels... I think it was with the last Gamefound project. Like, I even mentioned, like, it feels like they're just trying to push this out as fast as they can, and I'm wondering if that's the same thing here. I wonder when this game was actually released. But back to these quotes. These quotes are terrible, and I don't put it on them. I put it on the company, because this doesn't tell me anything. These are all superlatives. Fantastic, entertaining, so much fun, wonderful, phenomenal, special. Like, that's it, but you're not telling me why. Alex's is like, best upgrading character system. Like, cool, now I know stuff about the game. Aside from, it's fun, fantastic, entertaining. This is really just a hype game that'll die down really quickly. Definitely not a 40-minute game either. Don't tell me they lied to me about the 40 minutes up there, damn it. I was thinking family weight. Awesome game. Like these fantasy dungeon crawl type board games, I strongly suggest you take a look at COD. You'll be, this game. Very, very happy with it. So once again, at least in this one, it focuses on the fact it's a fantasy dungeon crawl. But the quotes they're picking, like, this is from Lance. Lance does not make any videos shorter than 10 minutes, and you can't pick out a better quote than him. Like, I get it, he's very happy with it, but what did he like? What made him very happy about the dungeon crawl type board game? Like, just... Ugh. I'm a fan. Chronicles of Drunagor has enough to keep me engaged. More than that, it has the right amount of fun and deep thought thrown into the box. Has enough to keep me engaged. Okay, so the game's not boring. So I'm going to break down this quote, because I hate it. It's not boring. So I'm a fan, so I like this game. It's not boring. More than that, it has the right amount of fun and deep thought thrown into the box. So it's fun while still being thinky. Okay, but once again, like, why? What does the game do? And I'm not putting it on Quackalope. Like, I'm putting it on them, because I'm sure Quackalope said much more about the game if he did a video for it. I've never played a board game that felt more like an MMO than Chronicles of Drunagor does. Bottom line, the game is awesome. Now, that quote I can let with a pass, because that's not something I was expecting. I think that's a great thing to spotlight. Solo gamers. Excellent. This is the dungeon crawler you've been looking for, the strategy around the cube management system. Whoa, there's a cube management system? Wow, I'm much more intrigued than you just saying phenomenal, special, happy, awesome, woo, kumbaya. Give me meat here. You gotta realize, you're not just selling this game, you're selling this game to people who have quite literally have looked at probably hundreds of other minis Kickstarters. We see through a lot of the bullshit. And it's like, ugh, just tell me specifics. The unknown behind every door will keep you coming back for more. Okay, so that's a great quote. I love that quote, and I think that quote is miles better than the other ones that they decide to pick out that just say, "Hey, this is the fantastic, great game. Love it, love it." Like, give us details. So we got a giant mini here, 255 MMs. Once again, I always think it's nice when you bump it into inches because, and actually Kickstarter lets you see it now, which is kind of cool. You can see that most of the time when it comes to Kickstarter, and I'm assuming maybe with Gamefound, I don't know if Gamefound's going to have a slightly different lean to it. About half the people that back on Kickstarter for board games are from the United States of America, so converting it to inches is great because we generally don't know that. And then here we go. So wow, this is great. This is insane. So that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting in the Age of Darkness Apocalypse. So this is like, I hate this. Like, I want this zoomed in. I don't need this. I want this. Like, this looks like that's a lot of stuff. That is tons and tons and tons of stuff. 36 heroes with different playstyles. Are these heroes all minis? I can barely see. They look like ants from down here. 200 plus miniatures with extremely highly detailed. 30 minutes per player. That's a different story from when you said 40 minutes. So this is a 30-minute to 2-hour and 30-minute game. Okay. So 30 to 150. Getting a different feel for that. 14 years plus. D20 combat. Okay, cool. Why are we spotlighting D20 combat? Anywho, 500 mini USA cards. Mini USA cards. I don't know what that means. Fill me in if you know what that means. 3D dungeon levels with over 200 maps. 300 plus tokens and much more. I'm assuming they just mean mini cards, but I'm like, why is it mini USA? Game modes, true solo experience, darkness mode, an immersive 200 plus hours campaign. Holy shnikes! Are you kidding me? One-shot adventures, PvP mode. 200 hours? That's 100. That's 100 games. Assuming you're playing a 4-player game. That is over 100 games. Whoa. Okay, if that's the case, I feel like you definitely should have spotlighted that in your video. Oh wait, you didn't have a video, because why would we want a video? That's just what everybody else does. Printed. Digital, so we got different languages, friendly shipping, cool. I want to know more about the shipping. Play during more than 200 hours of an epic campaign. What does that mean? Play during more than. So I think that's just a grammar mix up in the speech there. New content, Apocalypse, Adventures, COD, Age of Darkness, Adventure Box is a massive expansion and needs the core box to play. So it's very front and it's obvious what we're buying here. This is just for the expansion, $95. This is for the reprint if you just want this. Interesting. 605 people just wanted this and they didn't want the expansion. I find that very interesting. Don't get me started on the tokens for the core game. Like 300 pieces that are tiny and incredibly hard to sort and store in the storage that came with the game. Super fiddly game. I probably won't even get the game to the table because of it, but the minis are nice. Oh, okay. And, you know, unfortunately, that's the experience that a lot of people get with minis game, which is why you can't beat around the bush with those quotes. Like, get to the meat of the game. Because we've all been burned on games like this. I'm looking at you, Batman Gotham Chronicles. Looking at you, that rule booklet. Reprint, so $339 gets you everything. Reprint all in Age of Darkness plus the expansion? No, this does not include the expansion, right? So where's the big whale? Where's the big one everybody wants where I can get, like, if I've never done both? Is this for both? No, because this is just the reprint. All in Age of Dark. No, this is the expansion and the reprint. So $339. So that's the how much is it? It's a nice game if one of your friends has it. I know those games. Tidal Blades is a nice game as long as I don't have it. How much is it? Can you do it? Do I want it? How much is it? I mean, what's the price? It's $95 for an expansion, but it's a massive, massive box. So I can give that a pass. I do still need we'll see the shipping in a minute. $115 to get the original. Once again, massive box. And so really on this one, I would say go watch a gameplay video of it and see if it's going to be a game for you. That's the big one here. But let's see what we got. So now we got stretch goals, and I love how they do stretch goals. So there's only going to be 30. We've already hit a bunch of them. Commander to monster. So if I click on it, wow, this is so nice. Kickstarter, do this. This is so pretty. Oh my goodness. And the great thing about this, doing it this way, is it makes it much more palatable for a Kickstarter creator when you can just do this stuff. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm going to try and stay up late tonight because I think we might hit this goal or something like that. It just happens. And you can, I'm assuming when it happens, like, you can even send probably preloaded updates and kick, Gamefound, if you don't have that, make that happen too, where you can just shoot out an update as soon as that thing unlocks, real time. So this is cool, and I like how it shows the percentage to get to the next one too. This is cool, already unlocked, so we're getting a bunch of new stuff. So what is the new stuff? Oh, this looks big. Backers Campaign Chapter 7 Part 2, so this is just more story. And here's the thing. I don't feel like this game has done a good enough job selling me the fact that this is an epic, sprawling, lifestyle type of game. Like, if I get this game and I enjoy this game, I'm going to play this game for years and years and years, and I will forever be able to dive into this game, kind of like a Gloomhaven type of thing, where it's like I will always be able to go back in here and explore this content. And I don't feel like they sold it well enough as what it was, and I think they could have done that with a video, I don't know. I'm very curious to see what videos they have here, because, dear God, this thing is going to go on forever. Okay, let's speed this up. Add-ons. Adventurers, the Apocalypse, the Four Horsemen. So this is what is this? This is new content? That's part of this expansion, right? Because I saw this box here, so the box is here. So this is the stretch goal, and this is the Apocalypse Adventures. Got it. $95. So we go down to the add-ons, and this is just if you want to get another one. Okay. And this is if you just want to get the Four Horsemen. I don't know what that is. Hero Pack. Stuff. Okay. Reprint. So I do like how they've marked it with a reprint. I think that's a little bit clean and clear. So this is all the new stuff, and they did with the new content. So I do like that. The reprint. This is still going to be a little bit hard to navigate since I know absolutely nothing about any of this game. But I will say, I am going to recommend that companies do this. I think this should be the new industry standard. Little things like this. This is great. This makes it very clean and clear. New content, reprint, love it. Love it. So, let's say I missed out on the Ruin of Lonor Adventure Pack. That's the one thing I need to get. Boom, I can just buy it. That's awesome. Okay. Reprint contents. Yeah, I like that they marked that. The Chronicles of Drunagor, Age of Darkness. So this is the cooperative dungeon crawler for 1 to 5 players. Wow, I didn't know that. Cool. Looks neat. Awesome monsters. Look at those minis. Those look gorgeous. This player board. Oh my goodness, this player board looks amazing. Like, look how much information is on this player board. Like, and here's what I'm saying about, like, I feel like the best tactic they could have done was done a really bang-up video where they spotlight the fact that, this had the first edition, you pull out some great quotes, maybe even have, like, video, this is so much fun, blah, 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 and then, like, you showcase this sort of thing. Like, you just show me some snippets of this, you say 200 hours of gameplay, you show me some giant minis, you wine and dine me. I think most people are going to be like, whoa, now's my opportunity to get the first edition, or the first print run, or the first game that clearly is not going to be, something I can go buy in a store, and get the expansion, and now's the time to do it. It's only $330, which I say only $330, but let's be quite frank, that's the new industry standard. It's just the higher the better. So I feel like you just get people to immediately just click. But I think the video would have done it so much easier, because you're still asking $330. That's insane. That's a lot of money. 240 plus cards, but I'm seeing some good value here. Maps, 2 bridges, gigantic boxes. I really want the shipping. That's all I need left. The action cube system. Look at that. That looks fun. That looks really neat. Folding doors. Whoa, the system of doors excellent since you don't know how much left you have to do. This looks cool. So there's new mechanisms in the storytelling. Like, this is great. This is the kind of thing that I would have mentioned in the video. From the original Kickstarter, which raised over $1 million, that introduced the amazing, this system and that system, and our interactive folding doors QR code system, which has over 200 hours of gameplay. You start spouting things like that, and I can't miss this Kickstarter. I have to back this Kickstarter. And that's why it's so important, I think, to have videos. How to play, great. You know what I don't want here? I don't want any text. I just want a freaking video. But you're going to give me text. Start by choosing to play a standalone adventure or the full campaign mode, which offers the compilation of the adventures. Then choose your hero class, action cube, and dungeon roll. This actually looks kind of neat. You got to set your stuff, move the thing, do the guy with the stuff, more stuff. I just want videos. Where are the videos? New content. So cool. More minis. You're going to zoom in on the minis for me. More stories. Deeper narrative. New monsters. So this is good stuff if I'm cool, if I'm already a fan. New monster artificial intelligence, find new gears, new adventure items. It's just going to keep going forever, isn't it? New maps, streamlined darkness rules, simpler rules, stronger darkness, more fun. You asked, we heard. I do like seeing that. New doors, 4 incredible boss fights. Besides the Apocalypse Adventure box, this campaign will also have more. Heroes, dungeon rolls, epic bosses, classes, much more. All stretch goals, the backers campaign. So this is going to be a massive box that is nothing but the stretch goals, and that's why you can't miss out. And that's something that I spotlighted in that video. Right now is your opportunity to get all the stuff from the original, all the stuff that you thought you missed out on, that you kept, you couldn't sleep at night. You're like, oh my gosh, I missed the Apocalypse Adventure Kickstarter or Gamefound or whatever the hell it was at that time point. Now your dreams have come true. That's what you should be spotlighting in the video, I think. The story continues, yada, 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 new content, add-ons, whatever. Just get me the damn shipping. All right. The depth of Horseman is huge. It's a 250... Okay, so I do like the fact that you're putting it next to your face. That is, God, it's so stupidly large. Why do we need these minis, people? You only have so much shelf space. And wait, do you keep it in your box? Do you put it back in the box? Is there one box for this mini? I don't get it. As someone who doesn't have that much shelf space, granted because I have like 3,000 plus games, it's still, look. Okay, so here a pack. Cool, more stuff. I just want the shipping anywhere. Now, Gamefound, once again, could get me there really quickly, but I still think that this is your story. This should be a fun adventure to go on, going through your story here. Even better than Gloomhaven, and our family loves Gloomhaven. Gameplay is fast and engaging, loads of fun with meaningful choices and plenty of cool player interactions. This is a great and accessible dungeon crawl. The rules are straightforward. One of the best board games I've ever played so far. Go get it on Kickstarter. I'm playing intensively right now. Some people have game rooms. Mini collections need a full game house. They do. One of the best board games I've played so far. One of the best. So you're showing me a bunch of 10s. No. I actually am more turned off by this, because here's the bottom line. I quite personally feel like there's a certain deal of respect that should be given to a 10. Like a 10, it doesn't mean it's a perfect game, but it means that amongst all the games that you've ever played, that game stands above the rest. It's just a true shining testament to how spectacular gaming should be. And so when I see, I say, yeah, but what do the 7s say? What do the 7s have to say about this? I get it. You got your hype team here. You got the people that invest hundreds of dollars onto your Kickstarter. They want to pump this up. I get that. But honestly, I don't like this section. Let me know what you think about this. Like, it feels like you're showcasing a little bit too much of just the good. But which I guess you want to do, but I feel like I think it'd be better off without that section. Chronicles of Age of Darkness is one of the most fun level up systems I've engaged with any dungeon crawlers. Combine that with a decent story and a decent story. Decent, okay. Amazing interaction system, incredible minis, and you should have a game that I absolutely love. Okay, Alex, are you being held hostage or something? I really want to break this one down, because it feels like there's some things hidden between the lines here. Chronicles of Drunagor, Age of Darkness is one of the most fun leveling up systems I've engaged with in any dungeon crawlers. I could definitely see that. Just the amount of doodads and wizards and things you slide over. Like Vast in the Crystal Cavern is one of my favorite games of all time. I love fiddliness. Combine that with a decent story. It's decent. I want you to really focus on that word. 200 plus hours of a decent story. I mean, there's a big difference. I think I'd rather have 30 hours of a fantastic story. Now, maybe that's reading too much into it, but, it's hundreds of hours. An amazing interaction system, incredible minis, and you should have a game that I absolutely love. And you should have a game that I absolutely love. What the hell do you mean you should? You're holding it in your hands. But I know this is not the finished version, but still, you should have a game that I absolutely love. And then the other thing I want to pinpoint here, amazing interaction, incredible minis, decent story. That right there makes me a bit skeptical. And then the should. What's the should? What do you think means the should? Am I reading too much into the should? Okay. I love breaking down quotes. It's so weird. Chronicles of Drunagor increases the demo box, unboxing, just a massive box. Cool. We got more. Is this gameplay? Boom. This is what I want.
We're playing,
Excellent.
You can do that again, aren't you?
Give the people what they want. That right there. Go watch that video. And that pretty much, I think that video will probably tell you whether or not you want to play this. You want to back this game. I love the system of picking your role in the party and how it affects your initiative and additional skills your character gets. The extra layer of customization goes a long way and can really make for some fun and interesting combos. Love it. Great quote. That gets me excited as well. I love when you can fully customize your character. One of my favorite games of all time, and I just got a chance to play it last week, and oh my gosh, it's still spectacular. Mage Wars, the best two-player game ever, in my personal opinion. It allows you to to craft the spell book at the beginning of the game. So you will have a 100% completely different mage every time based on the spells that you put into your book. And that'll be how your character plays. And I love when games can let me customize my character. And this one looks to do that. It looks really cool. So we got previews, unboxing, speed reviews, Man vs. Meeple reacts. Let's look at Grumpy Meeple. Oh my god, we got videos. We got videos for days. Videos for days. Cool. Cool. I didn't see a how to play video. That's the one thing I didn't like. I would love to see a how to play video. Run that as a stretch goal. I would, you know what? And here's the thing. I bet you, if you reached out to your people, you said, all right, which would you rather have? Would you rather us spend the money to go get a really well done how to play video, or would you rather have an extra mini in the game? I think people would rather have the thing. Oh, I'm going to make a poll on this. That's a really... Let me know in the comments below if that was actually the thing that was on a Kickstarter. Which one would you pick? Would you rather have a well done how to play video, professionally done, or an extra mini in the game? I think most people would rather... I think it speaks to how much Kickstarter games people buy that they'd much rather have that how to play video. Interesting. Oh yeah, we're back to this. Just more. Oh wait, what? Creative Game Studio track record. Oh, that's a game. I know that's a game. I've never played that game, but I know it's a game. Cool. I wasn't worried about the can you do it though. Like, all right. Fortune Teller game announcement. What is this? I don't know. I don't want to click on it. Tested on Tabletop Simulator. Awesome. Tabletop Wolf playing it on Tabletop Simulator. We got people, retailer map. I just want the shipping. Hey, $35 to $40 for this gigantic monstrosity of a box. And I'm assuming it's going to come with the stretch goals. No, the second wave shipping quote. So $35 still for this massive box. I don't think that's terrible. Because you got to realize this is just a beast and a half to ship this thing. 48 to 56, 65 to 70, 25 to 30. It's expensive. That's $130 for an expansion. But I mean, if you really like the base game, I mean, I don't feel like it's that unreasonable from the other prices that we see on Kickstarter and Gamefound nowadays. I really wish there was a how-to-play video. I'd much rather have that myself. I'd be more apt to get it to the table, yeah. I just feel like that's a no-brainer. I want to see more companies do that. And then this one, the second wave shipping quote for Apocalypse Adventures in December in 2022. Wait, so you have to pay both? Estimated shipping costs for the shipment of 1 or 2 waves, optional buys not included. So this is this the what? This is the Chronicles of Drunagor. So that's the original base game. No, is that the Age of Darkness? No, this is the Apocalypse Adventure, right? So this is if you get the whale where you get both of them. I'm assuming you have to pay $63 in shipping. Honestly, you're already paying $330. I don't feel like most people are going to bat an eye on that. And it's so hard to look at shipping for a game like this because it's just $35, $40, that's a game. That's a game right there. So it looks okay, I guess. Prices for the Apocalypse Adventures only. Additional buys are not included. Here's the bottom line. I don't like your shipping section because I don't feel like it's that clear. Let me know what you think. I'm sure someone's going to say, you're an idiot. It's super clear. But I don't feel like it is. The first wave shipping quote for the core box in July 2022. So this is a reprint. If you get the reprint of the game, $35 to $40. But not if you get the optional buys. Okay, now I'm getting it. I am an idiot. Shipping code for Apocalypse. So this is just for the expansion, the $28 to $36. But I think this would have been easier if you just broke it up by pledge levels. I think that would have been the way to go. Let me know what you think. Don't forget VAT for Europeans. If one wants anything, can reach the $750 to $800 easily. Oh my goodness, was the VAT? We didn't... Shipping and VAT terms. Oh, I thought... so it's VAT not included? Where's the VAT? It's ultimately your responsibility to respond to our post-campaign survey to claim your rewards. You need an I there. Got cut off. And to give us information about your shipping addresses and add-on choices. If you ignore a last call email for more than 4 weeks, we will consider your pledge a donation, and we won't be able to ship your reward. Good on you. I do like them. You know, from a customer perspective, that sucks. But from a them perspective, I say, yeah, I can see that. If the game fails to arrive because of your mistake, wrong address, any additional shipping, so they're just saying you're going to get bent. If you don't get the game when it first comes out and you don't reach out to us in time, or if you don't cross the T's and dot the I's, you're going to get bent. That's what I'm reading here. This is a lot of text here. Is this... Wow! Jesus Christ, am I buying a new car here? This is all just the extra fine print, so to speak, on the shipping. Okay, let's go. If you live outside of the country, specifically as friendly custom shipping, please check your country's rules and relegation. We are unable to ship to Cuba, Iran, Burma, We will offer backers the option to choose two. This is just too much. Make this easier for me. Ugh. Risks and challenges. Refunds and cancellations. Ahoy, new party! So, let's check out the comments, the FAQ, the updates. Let's get the hell out of here. I'm thinking about my A to F funding scale. Fund in 2 minutes. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You care, because you're going to be lining your wallet. It's good for you. You can be lining your wallet a lot more, I think, if you made a good video, though. Please add a new stuff only all-in pledge. Well, yeah. Duh. Like, is that not something that's here? That should obviously be there. A new stuff only all-in pledge. Yeah, oh, so there should be a whale if you don't have anything for this game. There should be a whale for if you do already have everything for this game. And Born to Flight shouldn't have to tell you that in your comment section. You should just be like, yeah, we like free money and have that available. Okay. God. Guys, I decided to write here something that a lot of you didn't see around the draft page about the boss encounters. They will, it appear, at least half the 16 Adventures of the Apocalypse, just to make it clear. We are near launch and getting ready for the fantastic news and unique stretch goals. So this is where the audience is. Okay, so we actually have a lot of people talking before this thing launched. Okay, cool. So there's going to be... Looks like you got a good people here. Looks like you got a good chunk of people here talking. So that's awesome. It's a good comment section. And I see them popping in. It doesn't let me see how many collaborators they have, but it looks like Rick is on the ball, so good. Let's check out the FAQ and the updates. So, A through F. Where am I leaning here? Do I want it? Yeah, I think it sounds like a really stinking cool idea for a game. 200 plus hours, complete customer characterization, a decent story mode, which is fine. You know, I don't expect this to be the best story ever, because, quite frankly, that's a hard task to pull off. Most games don't touch that. It still looks like a cool game, so yes. How much is it? It's expensive, but I think it's reasonably priced for what we're used to paying on Kickstarter. It's coming in a gigantic box. And, okay. FAQ, all the items for the first campaign are going to be available. Yes, we're going to do a complete reprint. How many languages? Okay, so this... Do we need an app? No, Chronicles does not require an app. Is there isn't an app for the game? We do have QR codes for doors. You just need to... Yeah, that's the cool system. I wish I knew more about the system. What will the minis be made of? How much does the PV... Wow, this is a lot of FAQ. This is so much FAQ that you decide, you know what, we're done. 30 is as far as we're going to go. We're taking a stand. And that's how I feel about your FAQ. I don't even want to go here because there's so much crap. I imagine there's so much crap that probably doesn't even need to be here. How do I get the new and improved rule booklet and adventures? I'm guessing you have to buy it. You will get, you have to pledge for the Apocalypse stage. You'll get it for free. And if you have this many FAQs, that tells me that you didn't cover enough of this in that giant, sprawling section we already went through. And I imagine a lot of these things could be answered in, what's it called? Oh yeah, a freaking video! 2 days in a row and no video! That's unacceptable, people! Like, come on! We're going backwards! We are funded. Backers campaign the beginning. And last week I saw 2 campaigns that didn't mention their prices in their story anywhere. It's like, come on. So, let's see. Comments on this. So, we got some popping comments here. Okay. Wow. Oh, and look at this. Looky who gets a cookie. They're running a poll. Gamefound. Oh, Gamefound, you are just so awesome. I'm telling you. Gamefound is going to win this war. I do believe, if they get more companies to come over. Because just Gamefound is just... They have so many features like this that are so much better than they are on Kickstarter. And user-friendly. And spectacular. Like, polls. Polls in Kickstarter. Think about it for a second. How much easier would it be for a content creator... Or not a content creator. A backer. Sorry. A person creating a game. Let's say you're creating a board game. You want to get people engaged, because I always say you got to tickle those Kickstarter algorithms, you got to tickle those Gamefound algorithms. How much easier would it be for if you could just put a poll, slap a poll in your update? You can do that long, obnoxious poll where you update, where you talk about everything and what's going on, but then you end it with a poll. People are going to get engaged. People love polls. Look at this. We got tons of votes. We got 68 thumbs up, and this is what I really want to point to you. And this 68 people took the time to thumb up this, but how many people actually took the time to vote? And we're looking at like 700 to 800 people here. And that's about 700, it looks like. 600, actually. I'm not good at counting. So about 600 people, though. So that's a 10-to-1 ratio on thumbs up to comments. And it's all because you engage your people. And I pound my chest and I say that. And I belittle so many people's updates because they don't ask a question. So I will say, banging update here because you had 618 people engaged with this update. That, wowzers, that's something to tip your hat to. Yes, polls with a few fun questions rather than long surveys after the campaign that no one will care about filling out. Yeah, bingo. So Gamefound, loving it. So that's a great update. Great update right there. Let's see what this... Oh, look at this tabletop simulator. What is this? Is this a car? This is hot. This is something I'm getting. This is in the game. This looks cool. This is a great little organizer for all those cards right there. You know, I know some people don't use organizers, but when it comes to cards, I absolutely do use and love organizers. And I didn't know this was in here because it was buried in that 27 out of 30 stretch goals that we had unlocked. And so that I will actually say is one of the downsides I see to Gamefound, is that with Kickstarter, you typically get to see it goes down horizontal, vertically. I don't know. It goes down, where you scroll down and you start to see all the different stretch goals. You're like, ooh, we unlocked this, and we unlocked that, and we unlocked this, and we unlocked that, and there's pictures of it. But for this one, it was just kind of like little tiny squares that I was tasked with clicking on. And being able to click on them is great because it gives me more information. But do I really want to click 28 times? It's the same reason I didn't like your FAQ. I think like you're just regurgitating too much on me at one point. Whereas with Kickstarter, it's like, oh, I can scroll down at my own leisure. And I do. If you watch this segment, I do. I like to stop and ogle and say, oh, that's a great stretch goal. And this would have been one that I would have been like, oh, that's a great stretch goal, but I didn't know about it except that I checked on the update. So that's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. So I actually kind of like Kickstarter, how people do it on there better. Granted, you could probably do that on here if you actually just did it yourself. And then, yeah, so we go back to this update, and we only have 48 comments. 48. But anywho, what's the final grade? A through F on this bad boy. Do I want it? Yeah, it looks like a really stinking cool game. Can you do it? Yes, this is an expansion. You've already done it before. You've already done a massive box before. And you're showing me positive reviews. You know, whether that be the case, I would highly recommend going and watching that hour and 12-minute Quackalope video where they just played a two-player game of it, because that really is going to give you the best feel, I think, for if you want to splunk down $330. And then how much is it? I feel like it's about industry standard on Kickstarter industry standard. Let me go back to that. So in the end, I guess I'm going to give this one. They answered all three of the questions, but I gotta ding you for not having a video. It just drives me mad. So I'm gonna go with a C+. I'm gonna give Chronicles of Drunagor. No, I'm gonna give it a C. I'm gonna give it a C because I'm gonna give it a C. Chronicles of Drunagor, Age of Darkness, Apocalypse. Give it a C. If it looks like it might be your cup of tea, be sure to check out that Gamefound link down below. And if you enjoy what I'm doing, please be sure to click on that subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 9,000 subscribers. Celebrate my 9-year anniversary of making YouTube content. Also consider supporting my Patreon because I'm currently stay-at-home dad. And have a great day. Bye bye. End.